All right, let's get right into it. When I say the word Christianity, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Probably a big old cathedral in Europe, right? Or maybe a megachurch somewhere in America. Well, for most of us, that's kind of the default setting. But what if I told you that entire picture is about 100 years out of date? Today, we're going to break down one of the biggest and honestly most overlooked shifts in the modern world.
So, let me just ask you straight up. If you had to point to a spot on the map right now and say, that's the heart of Christianity, where would you point? Rome? The American Bible Belt? Go ahead, get an answer in your head. Because what we're about to see is how that map has been completely redrawn.
You know, a century ago, this was a no-brainer. In 1924, the undisputed center of global Christianity was Europe. Period. But fast forward to today, 2024, well, that is the million-dollar question, isn't it?
And here's the kicker. It hasn't just moved a little bit. It hasn't just shifted east or west. The answer has completely and totally reversed itself. The story of Christianity in our lifetime is really a story of a great reversal.
So to really wrap our heads around this, we first need to look at that picture most of us are still carrying around. You know, the faith we thought we knew.
For most of the 20th century, it was pretty straightforward. Christianity was culturally dominated by Europe. A lot of its public image was shaped by American evangelicalism. And, this is key, the influence was a one-way street. Missionaries, ideas, money, it all flowed from the global north down to the global south. That was just the way things were.
But while all of that was going on, something else was happening back in those traditional strongholds. A story of a slow, and then all of a sudden, very rapid decline. There's a term for this that sociologists use, secularization. It's basically the process where religion just loses its central role in society. It becomes less significant culturally and socially. And in the West, this whole process went into overdrive after World War II.
And this chart really puts it in black and white. Look at this. In a lot of Western Europe today, fewer than 1 in 10 people go to church on any given week. Even in the US, which has always been more religious, that number's now below 30%, and it's still dropping. The numbers don't lie.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? A continent that was the beating heart of Christendom for more than 1,000 years is now commonly called post-Christian. That's a massive, massive change.
But, and this is the entire reason we're doing this explainer, that is only half the story. Not even, because at the exact same time faith was fading in the north, it was absolutely exploding in the global south.
Get a load of this number. Seriously, in the year 1900, there were about 9 million Christians on the entire continent of Africa. Today, there are more than 650 million. That's not just growth, that's an explosion. It might be the biggest, fastest religious shift in all of human history. It's mind-boggling.
So what is going on here? Well, it's a few things working together. For one, it's simple demographics, way higher birth rates and population growth. But it's also about a faith that's more deeply connected to local cultures, and it's often expressed through these incredibly energetic, charismatic movements, like the Pentecostal churches you see booming in places like Brazil and Nigeria.
So those old missionary maps, you can basically just run them in reverse now. The energy is no longer flowing from Europe, it's flowing to places like Africa, Latin America, and big parts of Asia. The folks who used to receive the missionaries are now the most dynamic centers of the faith on the planet.
Okay, so this brings us to the main event. Let's put these two big trends together, the decline in the north and the explosion in the south, and actually see what this new reality looks like. To do this, we're going to use a cool concept called the demographic center of gravity. Just think of it like this. If you could put every single Christian in the world on a giant map, the center of gravity is the one spot where that map would perfectly balance. 100 years ago, that spot was planted firmly in Europe. So the question is, where is it now?
And boom, here it is. This is the big reveal. Look at this chart. Today, Africa has more Christians than Europe. Latin America also has more Christians than Europe. Together, those two regions make up more than half of all Christians on Earth. And North America, just 10%. The balancing point has slammed down to the south.
So what this really boils down to is a simple, powerful fact. The typical Christian on this planet is no longer a white guy from Italy or Indiana. It's a woman from Nigeria or Brazil. And that one little fact, well, it changes absolutely everything.
So who cares? Why does this matter beyond just being a cool bit of trivia? Well, this last part is all about the real-world consequences of this incredible demographic flip.
The impacts are already huge, and they're just getting started. Politically, the priorities of Christians in the South are starting to shape global conversations. Culturally, these new, more vibrant forms of worship are becoming the new normal around the world. And maybe the wildest part, we're now seeing reverse missionaries, pastors from Africa and Latin America coming to the US and Europe to try and reignite the faith.
And it's not just about numbers. It's about what people are focused on. The very questions the faith is asking are different. In the global north, big theological debates might be about social issues or deep historical analysis of the Bible. But in the global south, the focus is often much more immediate. Things like spiritual power, healing, miracles, and how faith builds a strong ethical community right now.
The big takeaway here is really profound. The center of gravity for the faith's ideas has moved right along with its people. The conversations that are going to shape what Christianity looks like in the future, they're just as likely to be happening in Lagos or Sao Paulo or Seoul as they are in those old capitals of Europe.
Which leaves us with one last big question to chew on. We've seen a total 180-degree flip in the last century. So as the future of this faith is shaped less and less by the West, and more by these dynamic churches in the global South and East, what in the world is it going to look like 100 years from now?